welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing something pretty unique. We're imagining what one of the most impactful visionaries of our time, Steve Jobs, might say if he looked at the AI scene right now in 2025.
Yeah, it's a fascinating thought experiment.
Absolutely. And our source material for this deep dive is, well, it's an imagined conversation. It was generated by an advanced AI model, fed everything publicly available, speeches, interviews, keynotes from Jobs. We basically asked this AI, okay, Steve, what's your take on AI today? So the insights we're going to unpack are these hypothetical responses, filtered through his known philosophies on design, innovation, humanity.
Right, applying his core thinking to now.
Exactly. And our mission is really to pull out those surprising nuggets for you, the listener, things you can really think about.
Yeah, how his ideas still resonate, or maybe how they'd adapt.
We'll get into some big questions, like how would he actually build AI into products? Does he think it kills creativity? What about the ethics?
All crucial stuff right now.
It promises some real aha
Yeah.
moments, I think. So let's dive in.
Yep.
So first off, what's the initial reaction? This AI Steve sees the state of AI in 2025. What's the vibe?
Well, according to our source, it's excitement, like real excitement. He'd apparently see AI as moving way past just being a novelty. It's becoming integral, baked into things.
Right. Not just a feature, but fundamental.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating is how he supposedly updates his big analogy, the Mac as bicycle for the mind.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah.
A tool that amplifies us.
Right. Well, now he'd apparently say AI is like giving the mind a rocket ship.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's a leap. A rocket ship.
It is. It's not just about going faster on the same roads, like a better bicycle. It's about reaching entirely new places.
New intellectual dimensions, almost.
Yeah, potentially. Processing information, connecting ideas, maybe even anticipating needs in ways that just weren't possible before. It's a whole different scale of empowerment.
A rocket ship for the mind. That really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? Like, for you listening, what does that even imply for how you interact with tech day to day?
It changes the frame completely.
So if you've got this rocket ship potential, how do you actually build it? If Jobs were running Apple now, how would he weave AI into products?
Well, the key phrase that comes up is invisible interfaces.
Invisible interfaces. Okay, what does that mean in an AI context?
Yeah.
More than just clean design, presumably.
Oh, yeah, much more. It's about the AI itself just disappearing, fading into the background so seamlessly you don't even think of it as using AI.
So it just works.
Right. The source gives examples like your iPhone anticipating who you need to message next almost before you do, or an iPad feeling like an extension of your thoughts, not just reacting to touch.
Wow.
It ties back to his old idea, the magic happens when technology fades away and all that's left is the experience. The challenge now is using all this powerful on-device AI, the contextual awareness, to make the device truly learn you, not just obey commands.
That sounds incredible, but also maybe a bit unsettling. If it's truly invisible, how do you know what it's doing? How do you trust it? Doesn't it risk becoming a black box?
That's a really fair point, and apparently he'd address that directly. The idea isn't just invisibility, it's invisibility through profound intuitiveness.
Okay.
The design has to be so good, so aligned with what you actually want and need, that you don't need to see the gears turning. The trust comes from reliability, predictability, the feeling that it's a natural extension of you.
So the experience itself builds the trust, not necessarily understanding the code behind it.
That seems to be the idea. It's a high bar, though.
No kidding. It really makes you think, what level of seamlessness would actually change how you use technology without making you anxious about what's happening underneath?
Yeah.
Okay, let's tackle a big worry people have. Does AI make us lazy? Does it kill creativity?
Right, the dependency fear.
Yeah. Given Jobs' focus on empowerment, what's the AI Steve's take?
Well, his stance, according to the source, is pretty firm. Tools don't diminish creativity, they amplify it.
Okay, but that feels a bit simplistic, maybe.
But there's a huge caveat, a really crucial one, he adds. But only if you remain conscious.
Conscious, okay. Unpack that.
He'd apparently draw a sharp line between letting AI think for you versus letting it think with you. It goes back to his paintbrush analogy. He'd say, a paintbrush doesn't make you an artist, but if you are an artist, a better brush can elevate your work.
Got it. So AI is the better brush, but you still need to be the artist.
Exactly. For him, AI shouldn't just automate things. It should push you, challenge you, show you possibilities you wouldn't have seen otherwise. It demands more from your creativity, not less.
So it's not just about speed. It's about reaching new creative ground. But what about that slide into dependency? The thinking with you becoming thinking for you. Surely he'd worry about that.
Oh, absolutely. He'd argue the responsibility is twofold. Designers need to build AI that encourages active engagement, not passive acceptance.
Right.
And the user, well, the user has to stay awake, stay engaged. If the AI just does boring tasks faster, fine, that's useful. But the real Jobsian magic is when it sparks something new in you.
It forces you to be intentional.
Precisely. It ensures the human spark, the conscious choice, stays central.
Only if you remain conscious. That's powerful. Really invites you, the listener, to consider how you could use AI consciously as that amplifier, not just a delegation tool.
Yeah.
Now, Jobs famously talked about the intersection of technology and the liberal arts, that combination being key. How does that idea play out in a world increasingly driven by AI?
He'd apparently say it's more important than ever.
More important, why?
Because AI on its own can be powerful, but potentially soulless. His vision, according to the source, was we need designers, philosophers, and poets working alongside engineers.
So bringing the humanity into the code, essentially.
Exactly. It's about embedding empathy, ethics, cultural understanding, aesthetics, all that messy human stuff into the logic. Without it, he feared AI would be cold, transactional, and, frankly, boring.
Boring, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, but the flip side is immense potential. He supposedly said when you fuse human empathy with machine intelligence, you get something truly revolutionary.
Like an AI assistant that gets subtle emotional cues, or AI art that actually resonates deeply.
Things like that. It's about making AI not just intelligent, but maybe even wise, or at least deeply attuned to the human condition.
So it's not just about what tech does, but how it feels and how it relates to us as humans.
Yeah.
What does that imply beyond just tech companies for, other fields using AI?
It implies a need for T-shaped people everywhere. You need the technical depth, sure, but also that broad humanistic understanding.
Right.
Think about lawyers grappling with AI bias, doctors using AI diagnostics with empathy, city planners using AI humanely. It touches everything. It demands we don't just train engineers, but well-rounded thinkers.
Yeah, ensuring AI serves the whole human, not just the efficient part.
That's the core idea.
Okay, let's switch gears slightly. Imagine Jobs giving advice to young entrepreneurs starting AI companies today. What would he tell them?
Okay, well, a few core things jump out from the source material. First, don't chase trends. Classic Jobs. Instead, solve real problems. He'd likely see a lot of AI tech still searching for a genuine application. Find a deep human need first.
Okay, find the pain point.
Right. Second, and this is pure Jobs applied to AI, think deeply about how your AI makes people feel.
The feeling again, not just the function.
Exactly. Does it empower? Does it frustrate? Does it feel magical? Or just clunky? It's about the entire emotional texture of the interaction. And finally, simplicity. But his definition, right? Simplicity isn't about removing features. It's about removing the non-essential until only what matters remains.
Getting to the core.
Yeah. Especially with complex AI, cut through the noise, deliver profound value intuitively.
It's easy to say solve real problems, though.
Yeah.
In AI, new things pop up daily. Solutions often do seem to be looking for problems. How would he advise cutting through that?
He'd probably say ignore the hype. Look at fundamental human activities, frustrations, desires, what's always been hard or annoying. Don't build an AI feature just because the tech can do it. Build it because it makes someone's life genuinely simpler or better in a way that feels, well, natural. And build something you passionately want to exist.
That personal conviction.
Yeah, that always seemed key for him.
Those principles really hold up, don't they? Solve real problems, focus on the feeling, strive for deep simplicity. It makes you, listening, think about your own work or how you judge new tech. Is it really useful? Does it feel right?
Timeless advice.
Definitely. Okay, now for a huge topic, ethics. Responsibility in AI. Data, bias, control. It's a minefield. What's the Jobs perspective here?
His core belief, apparently, would be that responsibility has to be baked into the DNA of any company. You can't tack it on later.
Not an afterthought, foundational.
Exactly. He'd connected back to building the first Mac. Obsessing over details wasn't just about function. He said those details are where trust is built.
Right, that craftsmanship builds credibility.
Yeah. And applying that to AI means radical transparency. Companies must be clear about how it works, what data it uses, and how it evolves.
But transparency in AI is hard, right? Especially with complex models.
It is. He wouldn't necessarily mean publishing raw algorithms, but rather clear, user-centric explanations. What's this feature doing? Why is it asking for this data? How can I control it?
Understandable communication.
Yes, because his bottom line was brutally simple. If people don't trust it, they won't adopt it, no matter how clever the tech is.
But hang on, if the goal is also invisible interfaces, how do you square that with transparency? How do you make something clear and trustworthy if it's designed to disappear?
That's the razor's edge, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thinking seems to be that transparency isn't necessarily about seeing the mechanism constantly. It's about the predictability and reliability of the outcome and having clear explanations available when needed or when something feels off.
So trust through consistent, understandable behavior and accessible explanations.
That seems to be the path. Designing the experience of trust, not just tacking on a privacy policy.
That's a huge challenge for developers today. And for you, the listener, it raises the question, what does it actually take for you to trust these increasingly powerful, often invisible AI tools?
It's a personal threshold, isn't it?
For sure. Okay, let's get philosophical. This AI age, is it going to redefine what it means to be human?
Big question. His AI-generated take is nuanced. First, yes, it already has, in some ways.
How so?
Just by changing how we find information, how we communicate, how we create, maybe even how we think, it's already shifted things subtly.
Okay, but the core, our fundamental nature.
That's where the reassurance comes in. He apparently insists that the essence of being human is our curiosity, our creativity, and our capacity for love. No algorithm can replace that.
That's a strong statement.
Yeah. And his hope, his vision was that the best AI will augment those qualities, not replace them.
Augment curiosity, creativity, love.
Well, fueling curiosity with instant knowledge. Amplifying creativity with new tools, like we discussed. Maybe even facilitating connection, breaking language barriers, helping find common ground which underpins love and empathy.
But isn't there a danger? A line where augmentation starts to bleed into diminution. If AI makes curiosity too easy, or creativity too formulaic, or connection too mediated, where would Jobs draw that line?
That's a critical point. He'd likely draw the line at agency and consciousness. If the AI starts making your choices for you, subconsciously directing you, or if it makes a pursuit of knowledge or creation so frictionless that you become passive, or if simulated interaction replaces real human connection, then it's crossed the line. It's diminishing you.
So the goal is empowerment, making us more capable, more curious, more connected, more human.
That seems to be the core vision. Augment, don't replace. Empower, don't control.
That's both reassuring and a call to vigilance, really. It makes you think, what parts of your own humanity do you value most as AI evolves? And how can we ensure tech serves those parts?
Deep questions for all of us.
Definitely. So, wrapping up this deep dive, looking ahead, say, 20 years, what was this AI Steve's ultimate hope for technology? What did he want it all to achieve?
The ultimate hope, according to the source, was profoundly simple and human. That technology brings us closer to ourselves and to each other.
Closer to ourselves and each other, not just more efficient or more productive.
Right. He elaborated, hoping it frees people to pursue their passions instead of just chasing efficiency.
Getting back to that human flourishing idea.
Exactly. Let tech handle the drudgery, the repetition, so humans can focus on what makes life meaningful. Creativity, discovery, connection, growth.
That really lands his core philosophy, doesn't it?
It does. It all comes back to technology should serve humanity, not the other way around.
What a powerful note to end on. We've covered so much ground here, exploring how Steve Jobs' ideas, design, empathy, purpose feel incredibly relevant, maybe even more so, in today's AI landscape.
Yeah, these principles offer a really valuable lens.
Absolutely. So we want to leave you, our listener, with a final thought to chew on. If tech's highest purpose really is to bring us closer to ourselves and each other, how can you in your own life, your own work, apply that stay hungry, stay foolish mindset to make sure AI actually serves those deep human aspirations and doesn't just become another tool for mere efficiency?
That's the challenge ahead.
It really is. We hope this deep dive sparks some new ideas, and we encourage you to keep exploring them.